We're back with more Makoto Wakaido, the Phantom's Foot. I'm excited, let's go. This game uses an auto-save feature, everyone. If this symbol shows up, remember not to close the game. Spook things will happen. I wonder what's going to happen today in Makoto Wakaido. Oh no, Makoto, what's happened? You're done. My head. Oh, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. What? What happened here? Oh, there's a demon. Fucking demon. Oh, who's this? Is he dead? Ah, a knife? Got blood all over my hands. Did I kill him? Ho ho ho. The Phantom's Foot. Makoto Wakaido's Case Files number 3. Spooky. Presented by this person. Powered by this person. I really like the last case. I did have some complaints about it, which you probably heard in my last video. But yeah, I'm excited for this case to hear if it does anything a little bit better or interesting. A few hours earlier, K Prefecture, undisclosed location. Detective Tanaka, here's the dossier you wanted. As expected from the Yasumizumi Detective Agency, this is exactly what I needed. You were a huge help. I'd heard you were good with disguises, but you're great with investigations too. You put us cops to shame. You know it, boy. Here's me, Makoto. And Yuji, is that you? Oh, Wakaido! What brings you to K Prefecture? Didn't they kick you out of the 1st Investigation Division? They did. I'm supposed to help us in Tanaka from the 4th Investigation Division. Wait, you're Detective Wakaido? I'm Tanaka from 4th. My pleasure. Thanks for coming here on such short notice. So, Enuji, time for work. I'm called when I have time. Give Akane my good regards. Tell her she's the cutest assistant a detective could wish for. Damn, Mikado, you got that game. Listen, unlike yours, Detective Tanaka's career is going uphill. He'll be head of the division soon. Don't you get in his way, got it? Detective Tanaka, it was a pleasure. You're so rude to Wakaido. Tanaka, or whatever your name is. Let's talk to you. You know the Yasuzumi Detective Agency too, huh? Small world. I just needed some help with getting out of a pickle. I really owe him one. Ha ha ha. By the way, what is it that you needed my help with? Right, that. Remember Demon Shadow, the human trafficking organization you investigated a few years ago? You got their boss, but he's already been released. They're back at it again, and they've been giving us lots of trouble. Recently, 2 of their men have been killed in a span of a few weeks. People way up the ladder, lieutenants. Did you know about that? Yes. We got a new one just last night, a 3rd murder. What? I'd like you to come to the crime scene with me. I could use your insight on this one. Is anything the matter? No, I can't promise anything, but I'll try to help. Let's go check it out then. It was me all along. The wolf. So am I supposed to hide my own crime? Well, our crime isn't happening, right? It's after this point. Hello, Detective Wakaido, Prefectural Police. I'm here to check out the scene. Oh, it's a pleasure, sir. Detective Tanaka told me you were coming. Thank you for your helping out with the case. What do we know about the victim? From his possessions, we identified him as Kunio Wakaido, 56, Lieutenant of the Demon Shadow Criminal Investigation. They are pronounced it both the English way and the American way. No one can get angry at me now. The victim. What do we know about the victim? From his positions, we identified him as Kunio Wakaya, 56, Lieutenant of the Demon Shadow Criminal. Alright, we just read this. Do we know how he was killed? He seems to have been shot twice. He has a gunshot wound on his chest, so assuming that he was shot. Blood loss from a gunshot wound. That's my favorite Call of Duty game, actually. Forgot to ask you about the estimated time of death, my good friend. Any time. We can't say for sure until we do an autopsy, but judging from the stiffness of his limbs, we can guess it was around 1 to 3 a.m. Right, late night, Todd. Got any other info? We have a witness. My colleague should know the details. I'll need to ask that other comp. Fair enough, let's leave and chat with the other comp. Tanaka is here as well, but firstly, let's talk to this guy. Hello, Detective Wakaido. Hello, sir. Thank you for your help. Just tell me how I can help. The witness. I heard something about a witness. That's correct, sir. A man in black clothes was seen fleeing the scene. He was running away while peeking over his shoulder, and he almost slammed into our witness, who remembers it all quite clearly. Oh, really? Where's your witness now? Sorry, detective. We got some new witness information. I need to head back to the station. Can I leave the rest to you? Just give me a call if you find anything useful. No problem. See you later. See you in the bedroom. And finally, can you tell me about how to find info? How should I start gathering info? You can raise certain pieces of information on your notepad. Then you'll be able to ask and find out more about it. Try it out on me, sir. Right. Well, this is just the tutorial, as usual. Can you tell me about the COD? What's your favorite Call of Duty? I heard that our guy here was shot dead. That seems to be the case. The bullet pierced through his chest and all the way out of his back. Most likely he was shot from the front, point back. If he let the murderer get so close, the victim probably knew this person. Victim knew the murderer, right. Anything more that I can talk to you about? Yes, the victim's name. Tell me more about who the victim is. It's Kunio Wakaya, lieutenant in the human trafficking organization known as Demon Shadow. The whole ensemble has been lying low for a while, at least until their boss was released. Now they're back to their old antics. And for some reason a bunch of their lieutenants got clued. There must be something going on with the organization. Serial murders of lieutenants, alrighty. And anything else I can chat with you about? Not right now, okay. Well, let's go have a look at the body first. Hello, body. What do you got to say to me? He was likely shot in the chest. A ragged suit over a shiny satin shirt, straight out of a cook's fashion magazine. He still has his gold watch and necklace on him. We can rule out a mugging gone wrong. And we can take that for evidence later. The culprit meant to kill. The bullet went into his chest and out of his back. I wonder how much we know about the type of firearm used at this point. Well, it's a high caliber firearm that went right through his body, right? So we know that at least. You tell me about the Call of Duty. The firearm used. Any specifics about the firearm that killed him? Not yet. All we can tell at this point, just looking from the road, is that it is probably a 38 caliber. A 38? Gun used was 38 caliber. We're just gonna believe them at that. I don't know much about guns, to be honest, so I don't know the difference between the calibers, but let's deduce. 38 seems like a smaller caliber, right? Time to put together all the info I got. Well, there is 12 caliber bullets, so it might be one of the big ones. I was investigating this criminal organization in the past. Now, Detective Tanaka tells me 3 of their lieutenants were killed, including the one that has just been murdered. That makes it 4. The officers at the crime scene tell me that the victim's identity was established through the possessions that were still on him. And who was this victim? The victim's name was Kunio Wakaya. Right, Kunio Wakaya, a lieutenant of the criminal organization known as Demon Shadow. The body had a bullet wound, entry point on the chest and exit point on the back. There were no signs of a struggle, and the victim still had his valuables on it. We still don't know about a lot about the gun, but we can tell it was probably a 38 caliber. What was the cause of death? He was shot. Blood loss from a big gun wound. The shot was fired at point blank. I think that it was shot a little bit further than point blank, right? The extent of the blood loss is pretty obvious just by looking at the body. You wouldn't push it right up against it. Where is point blank? Is it like 2 meters away? No, that makes sense. Extent of the blood loss is pretty obvious just by looking at the body. However, there were no signs of a struggle. The victim was shot from the front of the close range. This tells us something about the relationship between him and the murderer. What can we tell about the victim and the murderer? The victim knew the murderer, so it must be a friend. Right, it's likely that the victim knew the murderer and that he had his gun down when he was shot. And finally, a suspicious figure was witnessed close to the crime scene around the time we assumed the murder went down. However, since this happened late at night, the witness couldn't see the suspect's face. The suspect nervously tried to run away, almost bumping into the witness, who was able to recall his gender and clothing. What did the witness tell us? The witness told us the man in black was in the scene. Right, the victim told us that the suspect was a man wearing dark clothes. Not necessarily black, he might have been wearing navy. I scrapped the info I'm not going to need anymore. A killing spree targeting people high up in the hierarchy. Sounds like a war going on within the organization. Yeah, a civil war or like a ownership dispute or something like that. I'll need to learn more about the suspect clothed in black. We need to talk to the witness, wherever they are. By the way, I'm back from my dream fugue state. The body's been moved. Hello. Oh, Detective Tanaka. Yes, I get a clear picture of what happened. I'll come give you my report now. Yeah, the one in black clothes that the witness talked about? I was also wondering about that. Fine by me. I'll check out the surrounding area before coming back. See you later. Is someone there? Is this the witness, perhaps? No. Oh, no, never mind. Are you perhaps the witness? What's he doing there? Doesn't look like he works here. We're into room number 9. Can we follow him in? He went in. I'd better follow him. I don't know whether we better follow him. We could follow him. It might be dangerous to follow him. Yeah, this is where we did our murder, Makoto. Get out of here. What is this? And then, yeah, the murder happens. Right. My head. What happened there? But this, the second guy was like a silhouette, so perhaps we didn't kill him. Well, I assume that we didn't kill him. Who's this? Is he dead? A knife? I got blood on my hands. Did I kill him? No, I would never. Look, Wakaido, you fiend. That guy, he's from Demon Shadow. Did you kill him? I just... Wait right here. Run. Run, Wakaido, run. Get out of here. Oh, am I gonna faint? Probably not. Wash my hands at least. Well, we went back to our house. My head still hurts. Where am I? This place looks familiar. Must have taken a blow to the head. My memory is I'm missing time. Who was that man lying down in the warehouse? And why did I have a bloody knife in my hand? I had the key to this place, and it looks familiar. This must be my house. Yeah, but no, let's not stay here. That's the first place they're going to check. They're going to put an APB out for us. For now, I need to sort this whole mess out and prove I'm innocent. Hello? The phone. Hello? Wakaido? Detective Wakaido, is that you? It's me. Akane? What, huh? Boss? No, Akane, it's me, Wakaido. Listen, Detective, you have to help me. I can't find the boss. He won't answer my calls. I'm afraid I'm the one who needs help here. I'm currently wanted for murder. Murder? Are you serious? But you're innocent, right? I mean, that's hardly better, but... Okay, I know. I'll help you. Call me whenever you want. I'm sure we'll sort it all out. Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. Yourself. I will figure it out. Examine the PC. Must have left it on. Some files were left open. Notes on Demon Shadow. Demon, yeah, the human trafficking organization. The guys I was after. Right, I should compare this with the notes I took back at the wharf. So we've got a new lead. Let's examine some more. I wonder, Demon Shadow Wharf. We didn't find out too much of the wharf, did we? We must have a lot more information on our computer than we actually have now. It's a bunch of names. I know some of these. They're police officers and government officials, huh? Looks like there's some other related files. Maybe I can find out something more about that name list. I reckon we shouldn't have followed that guy. We should have waited for the police to arrive. No such luck. I have all this data, but I have no idea what it's about. I'll need to check them against the notes I've taken recently. Right, so if we've got anything important, we can check it against the PC. Look at the map. It's a map showing the area around here. This circled spot with the one written next to it must be wait. That's the wharf, perhaps, or one of the demon people's hideouts. At least I recognize the area shown in the map. I still do have some memories left then. Good. And the crime scene at the wharf. This place is closer to the wharf than I thought. Anyway, it's not like I can go back there. The last thing I need is for the cops to find me. That'll be the end of me. Wow, we can go back to it apparently, right now. Turn ourselves in. We did just run away. There's a photo. Shibukawa. What's this supposed to mean? Is Shibukawa the man in the picture? They're faceless, familiar. Are there any notes about him in here? Right, well, we can look that up on the computer for sure. What about the picture? There's a photo on the wall too. It shows a man walking inside a hotel. Wait, actually, it looks like a club. I wonder if that's from the second case. Picture of a man entering club, or maybe it's one of the demons. Did I write anything on this one? One what? Alright, so that's something that we can look at in the computer. And the safe is locked, of course. Right. So let's have a look at things on the computer. Firstly, can you go Waikado? Whoops. Yeah. Perfect. The body at the wharf. It's very possible that the body at the wharf had something to do with all those criminal lieutenants getting killed. Okay. The mysterious list. These must be the conclusions that are drawn from that list of names. So these were all names of people involved with Demon Shadow? Yeah, DS involvement list. Nintendo DS. Pokemon, probably. Mark spots. All the mark spots are numbered, like some of those photos I have. Right. So we can perhaps use a photo against that. A picture labeled Shibukawa. The picture that says Shibukawa. There's that name again, Shibukawa. I get it, he must be the organization's boss. Oh, really, is a high up then. There's a case file. The leader of the criminal organization Demon Shadow was arrested by Detective Wakaido. There's me. So this is a case I worked on. Right, and now he's trying to get back at me, I see. Compare the pictures. The man walking into the club is the same one as the man in the photo labeled Shibukawa. I'm guessing that I was investigating him. This club must be one of the places where he hangs out. Shibukawa's go-to club. Right. We can probably go there a bit later, but let's see the photo of the man entering the club. No, not against the computer, against a wall. I was standing right next to the wall. You listen to me, young man. This man's picture has a 1 written on it. Must be connected to the one on the map. Looks like I have no choice but to go there. It's a club, the running shot. Right. So that'll be the same club that was mentioned earlier as well. The Shibukawa's go-to club. Well, we can probably do a little deducing right now. What are we deducing though? I made that joke last time. I'm not gonna make it again. Time to put together all the info I got. After losing my memories, I ended up in an apartment. My apartment, probably. It's full of data on an ongoing case. The issue here is that I can barely remember anything. Among that mountain of data, I found records of a case I worked on previously, and they mentioned a certain criminal organization. Which one? The DS. Demon Shadow, human traffickers. Right, I arrested the leader of that organization, but he was released. I wonder why they released him so quickly. Did I not give enough evidence, or did he have, like, ties? Along the case records, I found a list of names with some notes from an ongoing investigation. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to jog my memory about the case itself. The more I looked at that list, the more I realized just how deep of a rabbit hole I'd gotten myself into. His names on the list, what are they? What are the names on the list? They're members of DS. DS involvement list. Right, it's a list of people in the force that are possibly connected to Demon Shadow. I wonder if that person that we saw earlier was mentioned in the list. Tanaka? Or the other guy? The spy guy. I still don't remember taking them, but they definitely caught my attention. One of the names in them was also on the case records. The name of Demon Shadow's boss, apparently. Do I have anything to confirm the man's name? There was that picture, right? Right, the man's name is Shibukawa. He's the leader of the criminal organization Demon Shadow. And finally, the files and photos make it clear enough who it was after, but I'm far from having enough info. Now, one of Shibukawa's picture had a number on it. The same number is on the map. The number on the map marks the club Shibukawa was walking into. What club is it? That'll be the Running Shot. Right, that must be one of the organization's hangouts, so we can go there now. We can also go to the wharf and get ourselves arrested. But before losing my memories, I was chasing down Demon Shadow. In the process, I put together all this data. If I want to solve the case, my best bet is checking out the Running Shot, the club where Shibukawa went. I wonder what happens if we do go to the wharf right now. Is there also anything else that we can grab from this information? We can have a quick look, I guess. Nah, let's not have a quick look. Let's move. Here's the wharf, I guess. Let's go to the wharf. Let's turn myself in. Phantom? Not a trace. What about you? No luck here either. Police have gotten here already. Better find myself some other place to investigate. Oh. Okay. Well, we haven't figured out where Running Shot is yet, even though I know where it is. It's on this map. Think of a route. Better avoid any highly trafficked streets. Minor roads with few people are what I need. An alley. Look at the map. Right. And choose where to look. The club that Shibukawa walked at, the Running Shot. There's a chance he's hiding there. Right. Anything that we've got to investigate in my little booklet as well. The Running Shot. Let's have a look at the map. There's not much of a clue as it is. Look at the location. It's not that far from here. It's the same distance from this apartment as the wharf. Anything else we can look at? No. Let's quickly have a look at just these. If nothing comes out of this, I'll just cut it out. Aha! The dates on some of these go back as much as half a year ago, and there are numbers written on some of them. So we've got a bunch of pictures now, and we've managed to pick them up, look at their backs. So we'll be able to look at those against the thing, perhaps? No. Okay. Well, that was actually useless in this case. Yeah, we've already done that. So let's go to the alleyway. And see what's here, if anything. A lovely little Japanese alleyway. Reminds me of, what's that place in Tokyo called? Golden Guy? One of my favorite places in Tokyo, to be honest. Hey, buddy, you're on your day off. Don't you want to chat with some cuties? Interested? I can show you the best club around. Wait a second, do I know you? Huh? Nah, must have been someone else. I would love to look at some cuties. What exactly are you doing here? What's it look like? I'm fishing with customers. I only get paid if I get people into the Running Shot, the club over there. And you always look for customers around here? Yep, and I remember the faces of everyone who passes by. Couldn't tell the returning customers apart, you know? This guy probably has some info for me. I'm looking for a club. I have business at the running shot. Just around the corner. You can't miss it. Just remember to say that it was me who reeled you in. Oh, nice little fishing pun there, my friend. Because you are a fisherman. Let's stay in the alley for now. I wanted to see if there's anything I can ask this young man about. He probably knows about Shizukawa, right? Can you tell me about the demon shitters, my good friend? I owe you one, buddy. I'll bring you there. It's right around the corner. Follow me, you're in a treat. What do you know about them? I know it's better not to mess with the shib, but that's about it. You know, though, you really sound like a detective. Makes sense. Here's my badge. Right. Thank you for your service, sir. Right. Well, now he's less likely to talk to me, right? We didn't have to tell him we were a cop. I owe you one, buddy. Right. You know this man? Sure, it's Mr. Shibukawa. To be honest, you look familiar too. I've seen you around here a few times. Weren't you here with Mr. Shibukawa? Nah, that couldn't be. Sorry, must have got something mixed up. Were we? If you remember anything else, please let me know. We may have, honestly. Nothing else, right? So let's get out of here and go to the club. Get tipsy. Get drunk even. Hello, miss. How you doing? Can you tell me about Demon Shadow, perhaps? Welcome. Oh, you're alone today. Let me guess. Day off? I've been here before. Is Shibukawa a regular here? Huh? Why'd you ask that? Of course he is. He loves the place. And have I been in here before too? Are you teasing me? You're the new guy Mr. Shibukawa brought in here a while back. Really? Shibukawa and me often together? I'm with the police, Detective Wakaido. Do you remember what Shibukawa and I talked about? Well, seriously? Police? Come to think of it, I've never heard your name before now either. Really? Is this club an operating base of Demon Shadow, the organization led by Shibukawa? It's not like we're in on it with them. They just have work meetings and made deals here. And we serve them drinks. Sounds like an operating base to me. DS operating base. Oh, my DS operating base was generally my bedroom, but sometimes a lounge. I like to hear what they talk about in those meetings, as you mentioned. Where did you have your DS operating base? Sometimes they'll bring in a new guy, say he's a valued customer of theirs. Big time drug dealers, if you believe that. That's a work meeting, alright. And some of these guys are like police, you know, and politicians and stuff. I mean, so long as they got cash. Right, okay. So they were police, just like me. Or someone was pretending to be me when they came in here. Because I do not remember this. Oh, it's you. Sorry, Mr. Shibukawa isn't here. Sounds like there's some connection between me and Shibukawa. Do you know where he is? No idea. Look, I'm not covering for him or anything like that. He hasn't been coming here for a while, actually. Had me worried. Really? Changes in behavior, can you tell me? You noticed any changes in behavior in Shibukawa lately, other than he hasn't been from the bar? About that. At first he was mad, what with his powers being off and all. But then, if you ask me, he started looking like he was scared witless. No, he was terrified because he thought he was going to get off. And DS. I know the Demon Shadow people use this place as a hangout. What can you tell me about them? They're good customers. I mean, they spend like you wouldn't believe. Still, I have my concerns. Concerns about what? About one of their lieutenants getting murdered, of course. Actually sketched that several of their lieutenants, one after the other. Now that I think of it, Mr. Wakaya hasn't been here in a while either. I hope he's still kicking. Wakaya? I see. So he was a lieutenant as well, or something like that. So that's interesting. What can you tell me about Shibukawa and me? Yeah, we cool. What? Did you drink so much you can't even remember? The man looks so fond of you too. He doesn't look at you, you know, he's actually the type who cares a lot about his friends. Really? Okay. And I'm one of his friends, eh? One of his guys, his buddies. What is, Oh, bloody hell. I'm so annoyed at that fact that I've just pressed space too many times. There we go. Okay. She can tell me about Shibukawa caring for the guys. Excuse me, miss. Shibukawa is the caring type. Have you ever seen Shibukawa bickering with other people from the organization? Oh no, he's so sweet with his people. He's always worrying about them. It's outsiders that he's harsh with. Really? Okay. Like yourself, maybe? Did he ever lay hands on you? Let's get back into the club. Though I think I've run out of dialogue here. Yeah, okay. Maybe we can get some more information from the alley. Now that we've got more information about Shizukawa. Yes. Maybe he saw me and Shibukawa together. Here you are, buddy. Right, you were right. Turns out you were right when you said you remember my face. Looks like I visited this club a few times. I knew it, and it wasn't just like a couple times. You were something of a regular now that I think of it. I was often at that club. Prior to me losing my memories. So it sounds like even before the club, this case even started, I had lost my memories. Because of the whole thing. I think there's some information I could have... Bloody hell, me. What the heck am I doing? Press the right buttons. There we go. Valued customers with police. So let's have a look at this list and see if there's any police on it. Yes. So this is the list of people who are involved with Demon Shadow. Cops, government officials, they really are all of the organization's clients. I've got some pretty dark stuff on my hands. We got pretty dark stuff on our hands for the fact that we just murdered someone. No, nothing else quite here yet. We haven't looked at the safe yet, so maybe we'll have a look at this. Try to open it. Try combination. Combination was I can't remember it. That's bad. Try prying it open. It won't, but let's just leave it as it is. Right, okay. So nothing that we can do with this safe right now. Let's go back to the alley and see if there's anything else I can chat with this boy about. Otherwise, we'll go back to the harbour and get arrested by the cops. Nothing in my list, but just did say that I can probably get more information out of him. So let's try just talking to him in general. So about Shibukawa, anything weird about him lately? Did see him getting drunk as a skunk, acting all proud, saying as long as I got the evidence dossier, I'm on top, or something like that. Oh, he also says something like he can't lay a finger on me anymore. Right, me? And Shizukawa's associates. Who could I ask for more info on Shizukawa? Madoa Miyuki. And who's that, the boss's gal? Way to sound like a detective from a TV show. But yeah, she is. Shibuka's girl, Miyuki. Right, maybe we can ask the bar members of that. Actually, no, we can't, because they've said that we've already spent the information at the bar. But perhaps we can look at this stuff in here. Let's see if the computer or the map can tell me more about her. What's the evidence dossier that Shibukawa was telling you about? Something's coming up. Shibukawa dossier unknown. Well, at least I know I was already looking for it. I was after the dossier. Alrighty. Let's have a look at Shibukawa's girl, Miyuki. Nope. And over here. I need some more context. Search for that picture. And here it is, a picture labeled Miyuki. It also has a number written on it. 2 written on picture. Righty, okay. So let's find out more about 2. Well, actually, let's juice. Alrighty. What do we reckon right now? Time to put together all the info I got. The questioning at the running shot made it clear that Shibukawa and I had been there together. However, we weren't just having fun over a few drinks. Speaking with the staff gave me a pretty good idea of what the club is to Demon Shadow. What is the club to Shibukawa and its people? It's a meeting place, right? It is Shibukawa. The DS operating base. There we go, Dark Souls operating base. Right, they use the club to discuss and plan their work. That is their crimes. Well, maybe they weren't only doing crimes. Maybe they were just like running a tax thing or something like that. I thought it was my first time going into that club, but my files and the staff's reactions tell me otherwise. What's more, the staff said that Shigebukawa treated me like I was his buddy. As if that wasn't enough, I have to hear that they even made deals with cops. What did the Demon Shitter people say about these cops? No, they said that, nope, not that one. Blah, blah, blah. They said that the comps were, people that were often near, right? Valued customers for police. Right, the police coming into this club are Demon Shitter customers. Right, including myself, maybe? His lieutenant started getting killed and he stopped visiting the club. These two things have to be related. Still, the staff said that he was mad about those guys getting killed. Sounds like he cared a lot for them. But lately his behavior changed enough that people took notice. Maybe he's not the one who killed them. What was the change in Shibukawa's behavior? It was something to do with us, right? Mad about his peer review getting off first, terrified of something later. Shibukawa was terrified. Right, it's possible that someone was after Shibukawa, probably me. Shibukawa is afraid of something, his lieutenants have been getting murdered, and I guess that he now fears for his own life. He's also let his tongue slip when he was young. Said he had a trump card to protect himself. I still don't know the details, but what does Shibukawa say would protect him? An evidence dossier, right? Right, the dossier must have evidence in it incriminating the culprit behind all this. I wonder if it's evidence against me. Hits on the lieutenants weren't Shibukawa was doing. If anything, he thought he was next on the list. I need that evidence dossier. Maybe I'll find clues at Shibukawa's girlfriend's house, the one marked on the map. Well, we haven't actually figured out where it is yet. So we probably need to do that at my house. But is there anyone here right now? I figured finding Shibukawa would lead me to the truth, but it looks like the two of us were close to begin with. I haven't made my way into Demon Shadow, but what? Probably finding out stuff from the inside. Talking with Shibukawa's girlfriend could help me figure that out. Oh, someone's following me. Who is it? Shibukawa? Police? I would like to report something. Was it me, perhaps? Stop following me around. Questions Shibukawa's girl for more info. Well, let's have a look at the good old photo and figure out where it is located first. Still remember how to move between the streets around here. Check the two. Her house, there it is. Follow the overpass and then turn it toward it. That's probably my best route. Why am I so tired? Bloody hell. I don't know why I'm yawning all of a sudden. I wasn't tired before. This one, perhaps? This is the club. This is the alleyway. This is my house. Maybe this one. The park. Yeah, let's go there. I don't see why not. There might be people here. Yes, there is. Anyone here that we can talk about? A lot of things that we can talk to this guy about. This ain't much a peaceful park, is it now? You're the guy who was with Mr. Shibukawa. Who are you? And you are? Oh, you probably don't know me. I just saw you passing by, that's all. Guess Mr. Shibukawa doesn't know me either. I'm waiting for Miyuki, you see? Are you a member of Demon Shadow, perhaps? That's Mr. Shibukawa's group, right? Don't know much about them. I just run errands for Miyuki. Might be worth it to ask about Miyuki. And Miyuki is Shibukawa's girlfriend, am I right? Yep, see that huge house over there? All hers. Mr. Shibukawa comes visit every once in a while. Right, so we've got a location now, so we can go have a chat with her. But firstly, tell me about this evidence dossier. Does the word dossier ring any bell? You're talking about a dossier with super top secret info on it, right? You know about it? I just figured you were talking about some cool secret stuff. Sorry, no idea about any dossier. It's a weird word. It's French. No one likes it. Shin Shibukawa lately? Have you seen Shibukawa lately? I guess I saw the two of you going to Miyuki's house together not too long ago. Haven't seen him around lately though. Even Miyuki's been asking about the same about him, by the way. Really? Shibukawa missing for days, so perhaps he's the guy that I saw dead when I stabbed him. When you saw Shibukawa and I work together, how close did we look to each other? Huh? What do you mean? I didn't see you. I didn't see you holding hands or stuff like that, if that's what you're asking. Gotcha. Oh, but Miyuki does say she was a bit jealous of how happy Mr. Shibukawa always looks around you. So there might be a little bit of a love between me and Shizuki. Okay, nothing else, but I can check with this person. Yo, what are you doing, mister? Sniff, bothering, really? Oh, he's done drugs. What are you snorting? Have I seen things, or did you just snort something? I got a bad gold. I mean gold. Sniff is just some nasal drops. Uh-huh, I'm sure it is. Are you guys here all the time? Well, yeah, we've nothing better to do. That's why we saw you passing by with Shibukawa too. And Miyuki's house. Have you ever been to Shibukawa's girlfriend's house? Miyuki's house? Nothing but really. You've been beer. Sniff. Never been beer. Let's get out of here and then travel off to the house. The house. Is this the house? Nope. Is this the house? Nope. Is this the house? Yes. He said it was kind of close by. That's not close by at all. That's on the other side of the city. That's why I was so confused for a little bit. Excuse me, Oh, what's up here again? So I've come here too. I'm Detective Wakaido from the police. I'd like to. Waving a badge around after all this time. Sheesh. I'm looking for Shibukawa. Is he here? He's not, unlike you, who's coming and going in here all the time. If you wouldn't mind, this is my house. It's not Shibukawa's office or his hideout or anything like that. What a jerk. He just spits like that without so much as a phone call. Right, so he's missing in action right now. Maybe he's just gone down to get some cigarettes. Any idea where Shibukawa could be right now? Huh, you tell me. You two were always chatting like best buddies. You sure know more than I do. Right, so we were good friends, weren't we? Can you tell me about the club? I have a couple of questions. Did Shibukawa ever mention any police officers involved in his activities? Sure, just go ahead and question me like that, won't you? I guess he mentioned he found a collaborator in the police one day. And did he ever invite this collaborator here? Like I know, he did invite you here sometime after that though, smiling from ear to ear when he introduced you. That must have been about a month ago, I guess. Right, we were here about a month ago. Evidence and dossier. I have a couple of questions. The evidence dossier. When I was here with Shibukawa, didn't he and I talk about a dossier? What are you asking me, you people? I swear, all I know is that someone's been after him for a while. He was all proud of his dossier with the names of all the people involved. Said that with that, he wouldn't have to worry anymore. Right, it was a trump card. You know where it is at the moment? He said he deposited it in a safe box in the bank, if I'm recalling right. Right, so the bank. And where's the dossier kept? Would you happen to know where the safe deposit box with the dossier is? I do. Is anything wrong? Right after she disappeared, someone else came here to ask about the safe deposit box. It was in and out so fast I don't remember his face though, let alone his name. Really? Okay, so someone asked about the box. Did you give him the number or no? Because you haven't given me the number yet. She said that she gave him the first two, right? You could easily work off the last two digits. It's only 99 individual combinations, right? So eventually you'll get it. Let's go to the where do I want to go to actually? Let's go to the club. Because now we've got more information. Oh, the police are here. Oh shoot. So that man introduced himself as Wakaido, so asking questions, right? Can't poke around here anymore. Better find myself out some other place to investigate. Do you reckon the harbour? No, police are still here as well. There we go, perfect. And let's go to here, right? The alleyway, which is actually over here. Oh, there's police here as well. This is because this is where the police got called. Found him. Not a trace. What about you? No luck here, right? So we're very limited on areas to investigate right now. Probably just my office and the gal's house. So let's go back to the house and find some more information here. Shipkawa liked me, so we might have some information on my computer about myself. Lots of stuff catching my attention, but I have no idea what to make of it. Shibukawa and me. At some point I started looking at that dossier by staying close to Shibukawa. Judging from what I've heard so far, he was probably keeping the dossier on himself. Did I snatch it? Right, and that may be why I got stabbed. I need to give them more information. It's a list of times and places. The club and that house come up a few times, a lot actually. The people around those places recognize me. My face must have been a regular sight there. We're close to DS. Well, maybe we just bought one day. Right. Shibukawa talked about a collaborator, gave him reason to celebrate at first and made him shake with fear later on. What was my role in that change? Was there the link between Shibukawa and this other individual? My place within DS. You don't have to make yourself lonely like that, man. My memory loss was selective, it seems. Ooh. Bank's location. And here is the bank. It's marked, meaning my investigation has already led me there. Well, maybe we'll go back again. Soon. Anything else? No. Okay. But is there anything on the desk that I can look at now? Sneak the faces I know. We're going to Shibikawa, Miyuki, and the man who killed at the wharf, Wakaya. What's going on in the organization? Where does Shibikawa disappear to? Right, I took these photos for my investigation to find out what these people are and what they do. Think back. The boy fishing for customers in the year too. My memories aren't gone, they're just locked away. Now we're going to re-find them again. Anything on the map that could be of use. Alrighty. We've done that actually already. We've done retracing our steps, so checking the route again. Open unknown folders. There's still a lot I don't understand here. Right. If I could retrace my ships, yep. And the list of names. Right. Okay, well, we'll go back to Shibikawa's girlfriend in a minute. Let's, well, go to the park first and see if there's anything here. Then we can get our juicy little hands on. Okay, nothing. Alright. Well, let's go to Shibikawa's girlfriend then. Right, okay. Oh, we can deduce now. Well, let's do that. Alrighty, let's do some figuring out. Time to put together all the info I got. I managed to question the one person who knows most about Shibukawa, his girlfriend. Unfortunately, I still don't have enough information to find the answers I'm looking for. Weirdly enough, all the people around Shibukawa shared a similar impression about me. According to them, how did Shibukawa see me? You are very respected by Shibukawa. Shibukawa liked me. Right, apparently I was too close to him for me to just be investigating him. Allegedly. The fastest way to clear all my doubts about Shibukawa would be catching the man. Problem is, he wasn't at Mizuki's either. He was going there with me to talk on a regular basis, but he recently disappeared without a trace. What did everyone say about when they saw Shibukawa recently? That he looked, like, sus, right? He was scared. There we go. Okay, no. It wasn't at Mizuki's either, but he recently spoke whatever it's saying when they saw Shibukawa recently. Okay. Missing from days, he lied to me, he was MIA. I met Shibukawa, the comps happening out the Demon's Shadow. Apparently he had high spirits. The dossier. Let's get that dealt. What's written on there? Unexplainable actions. Enough to be one of them, even. I'm afraid I should be unexplainable actions. I mean, that's about me. What did they say about his recent whereabouts? That he was, What did they say about his recent whereabouts? That he's missing for days. Right, they didn't see him. Not at Mizuki's house. Miyuki's house, nor around it. He's gone. It was a little bit of a stretch, wasn't it? But we got there. Demon's Shadow's list of customers had the name of some cops in it, so I went and asked about that. As it turns out, things are even bleaker than I thought. I got a statement about the person who's supposedly to blame for Shibukawa's recent change in behavior. What did Shibukawa tell Miyuki when visiting her home? She told Miyuki that... okay. I think it's probably the comps are helping. Right, some of the police is helping out the Dark Shadows. While visiting her home, I asked Miyuki about the evidence dossier. Fortunately, it wasn't there. According to her, it's so important that Shibukawa was keeping it in a very safe place. Where is the dossier I'm looking for? It was at the bank. Yeah. Well, let's get to the bank. Right, Shibukawa was keeping it in a bank. Let's go. I scrapped the info I'm not going to need anymore. The dossier sounds like the most crucial piece of evidence in this whole case. What's on it? I must go to that safe deposit box and check it out with my own eyes. Will the bank just let us in? Probably not. But we'll find out. We're wandering down the alley again. If I had the dossier from the safe deposit box, I could figure out who the culprit is. Here I'll find the name of the person collaborating with Demon's Shadow. With that dossier, I could clear myself of all suspicions. But who's following us? This guy. And he's going to call the police once again. Police. Come here. Get him right now. Arrest this man. He's gone to the bank. Police, I'm here to see a safe deposit box written by one Shibukawa. Let me see. It was like another officer already came by to confiscate its contents. Another officer? Would you happen to know what their name was? I do, since he came in during my shift. He interested himself as Wakaido. Wakaido? But that's me. I'm positive it was someone else. He did wear the same clothes as you, however. Huh? So someone's impersonating me, I see. I wonder whom. Well, we should find out. Because, yeah, that means that, yeah, so someone's been dressing up as me, impersonating me. It's probably that, that other, intelligence agency person, because he was good at, dressing up, right? But I don't have the dossier. Is someone playing with me? What if Shibukawa wasn't the one in danger? What if it was me? Or maybe the culprit himself took care of the dossier before it could be used against him? Yes, I agree. It was. Our witness said he saw him around here. Let's start questioning anyone we find. The police got here too. I can't let them find me just yet. I'll go back for now. But how did they not see me? I was like literally right in front of them. And how have they not found this house yet? Surely it's registered in my name. I don't get what's going on anymore. Did I approach Shibakawa to get that dossier? Nah, it's the other guy, the spy guy. My head's all foggy. Even my notes look all blurry. I just don't get it. We probably should have a sleep or, you know, a little rest or something like that. Okay. Front files I haven't read yet. Maybe there's some info on the culprit somewhere in here. A raid? Looks like info on demon shooter to prepare for a police search on their base. This raid file. Alrighty. Yeah, the guy that said that we were a shit, with all of these are all fuzzy, so we don't know exactly what to look at for yet. Well, let's raise this. And files about the raid. Makes sense that it'll take half a year to prepare a raid, seeing how they have a police insider. Lots of illicit goods here. However, there are some drugs and guns not accounted for yet. Details about the raid. If we had that much info, the police should be able to set up a decent sting. Unless Demon should have also got their hands on it, that is. Right. Find evidence to prove my innocence. Maybe we check out this maybe on the computer. Do you reckon we can do that? No. What about this map? Look at the map. With the area delimited and rest for Demon Shitter's base, the recent crime scenes in the house of a key person. There's a hastily written note here. Informer done. Next up, Wakaido. What's this mean? The X's on the map mark where the lieutenants were killed. By me? No, no way. I would never kill anyone. The bank with the deposit box is also marked. Did I already know the dossier was there? No, you probably didn't, honestly. I think that you're all being set up right now. Look at the photos. There are pictures of the Demon Shadows members and related subjects. The club star Shibakawa's girlfriend. Could have named almost every face. But why does Shibakawa look so familiar? Oh, I don't know. Maybe we're involved. The back alley. This is the back alley in the city's entertainment district. Okay. And we still haven't figured out the code for this safe yet, right? This safe, whatever is in it, is pretty important. Too bad it won't open. The locking mechanism. It needs a 4-digit combination. I can't open it unless I find this number. Try to open it. Turning the handle without entering the combination won't unlock it. Entering a number at random isn't working. You still don't remember what it is or what it might be. Let's have a look at the police raid file, but we'll have a look on the map. See if that brings up anything. Nope. Nope. And nope. Let's leave this place for now. Maybe if we come back, we'll get that little hint. It's like, oh yeah, the police are here right now, right? I forgot that. Yoink. Let's go. Let's go. Good thing they're not locking like right over their shoulder or anything like that. Yeah, let's get to the gal's house. Maybe she'll have some information for me. Tell me about this police raid file, gal. What we talked about here. Can you remember if Shibakawa and I talked about anything else while we were here? Other than about the dossier, I don't think there was anything else. Did I ever come here alone, without Shibakawa? You were always together, remember? Oh, well, you did come here before one time. Before him, on my own. Yes, he was very busy and you had to wait for him here. You made yourself at home, I'll tell you that much. I entered Miyuki's house alone. And did we talk? When I came here, did you and I talk? Yeah, sure, about number combinations. You said 4 digits are a lot to remember if you can't use dates. You said nobody will guess that you're actually using 0000, so think it's actually safe enough to use. Just small talk like that. Favorite combination for safes. Yeah, I wouldn't use 000 in my life, so I'm guessing this is probably not something that Wakaido would do either. So, my usual pin is 1234. The same one that's on my luggage. The safe. Let's try to open it. Eh? Well, let's try the. Oh, not that. The X. Thank you. Why is Z and X so close together? on the good old keyboard. Let's X the number and use this combination. I'd be surprised if it worked, but I might as well try that combination out. No way, it opened. It's a gun? Why is there a gun on this safe and a stack of cash? I don't get it. A 38 caliber gun. So that's the same as the weapon that was used, right? Now, can we use this 38 caliber gun on the good old computer here? See if we can find out anything about it. Alrighty. Info on the gun. Isn't there anything on that gun? What was it here? Who brought it here and from where? Could it have been me? Gun, possibly mine. What I know so far. Shubuko's organization, Demon Shitter, has a dirty cop working for them. I spent half a year gathering intel on them, right up to when I lost my memories. Then we found that body at the wharf and another one in the warehouse. Who's responsible for those? Not me, that's for sure. Definitely not us. 5 out of 7. The gun I found in the safe. Let's have a look at this. Right. Well, maybe we can ask Miyuki about the gun. Let's go do that. Miyuki, what do you know about this here gun? You seen it before? I'm pretty sure I got all the info I can from here. Alrighty. Well, let's get to the wharf and see if cops are... No? Okay, cops have not left yet. I was kind of hoping that they would have. I'm guessing that they're everywhere now, apart from the house and the girl's house. There. Oh. So there's just more I need to push against an investigation without actually knowing what I'm looking at. No, okay. What else can I have a look at? The favorite combination for safes, maybe? Let's see if the computer says anything about the favorite combination for safes. Oh. No. Okay, what else can I have a look at, potentially? This thing. Enter Miyuki's... No. But why would we enter Miyuki's house alone? Unless, yeah, no. What else? Please read file. We've had a look at that before. The dossier. I reckon we can look at the dossier. Maybe if we computer search this up. No. Nope. Nope. And nope. There was also money in here, right? Right. But we can only ever open it if we've got the 0000, and we've already got the gun out of this. The gun I found in this safe. So it looks like the usual 3 things are this, and the desk. And then the other 2 don't lock. If we're going based on the 3 static keys. Alright, huge pile of cash. And we've already locked it. Where would I get a gun from? Right. Well, let's leave. If any of this doesn't come to anything, I will just cut it out. But we've been to the park. Over the bar. Has the bar still got coppers in it? Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, I'm streaming for some reason. Let me stop that. There we go. And the alley. Yeah, okay. Copper's here as well. So copper's everywhere apart from the house. Alright, let's go back to my house then. What other info could I possibly have overlooked? Maybe... Sure, there's a difficult with the... Right. So let's find out if we can find out anything about perhaps the dirty cop. Please rate file. The gun used was 38 caliber, perhaps. We use that against the computer, or maybe the safe, seeing as we know that that one was 38 caliber. No. The victim knew the murderer. No. The Shibukawa. The dossier was the trump card. Alright, let's grab a hint from the lady. I need to know where to head to next. Yes, sir. Alright, let's get a hint. Just give me a second. There it is. You could try investigating with the picture labeled Shibukawa note on the desk at house. That was a report. That's so boring here. Can I just go home, nigga? Yeah, sure. Go home. Picture. Labeled Shibukawa. Alright, because he said that he looks familiar, didn't he? I've seen this guy recently, somewhere dark. Ah, the thing. Wait, isn't this the man lying dead in the warehouse? And I had a knife in my hands. That's the only explanation. That was Demon Shadow's leader, Shibukawa. Whereas body was Shibukawa. Another man's picture. It says Wakaido in here. Looks like the man who was killed at the wharf. Right, yeah, we know that. And that was 6 out of 7. So let's go grab the warehouse body and see if we can use that on any particular things. No. Maybe over here? The warehouse body. I've seen his dead body in the warehouse right after waking up. Let's have a look at the other stuff in the house and see if it tells me anything. Bailey, right. Again, if this leads to nothing, I'll just cut it out. I got a name almost it was. Yubikawa, lots of familiar. Maybe it's Wakaya that we need to look at now. Because Wakaya. Please rate file. Okay. A showy girl's picture. It's a glittery gown walking out of a house. Must be Miyuki Shibukawa's girlfriend. Does she really have no clue where he is? She's a suspect too, I guess. Miyuki, suspect. There we go. Alrighty, that's everything, right? 7 out of 7. That was a hard deduction, I think, because of the good old grey shift, which I actually enjoyed, you know. It was good when a detective game threw something in a wall. It's just interesting that none of that information was available before, even though I had that information before. What was that stuff on my computer? That file had vital information on it, both for Demon Shadow and for the police. What is the file I found on my computer? The file that you found in the computer was the police raid file. Right, if Demon Shadow found out about it, half a year worth of planning would go to waste. I felt something was off since I first saw Shibukawa's picture. His face looked familiar. It wasn't because I met him before losing my memories. Right after regaining my senses, while I was still shocked, his face was the first thing I saw. Why did I see his face? It was because he was the warehouse body. Right, the man lying dead in the warehouse was Shibukawa, stabbed dead. The safe that wouldn't budge finally opened. Before losing my memories, I had talked about it with Shibukawa's girlfriend, Miyuki. A series of digits so stupid that you'd never suspect anyone would be actually using it. What is this 0000? And that was the favorite combination for safe, which is not my favorite combination. Right, however, when I found this safe brings up even more questions about what I was doing there. The thing that I probably kept in there probably belonged to Demon Shadow. Two items you would never normally get your hands on, and they weren't in evidence bags or anything like that. Didn't look like something I need for any investigation. What did I find alongside the pile of cash in the safe? That was a gun. Right. Again, I have no memory of was inside a safe in my house. That's a problem. It was possibly mine as well, but we don't have anything to say that right now. She became and again locked inside the safe that opened with the very combination I said. Yeah, it's not looking good for me, but I still think that it was that other guy. And the other guy has just laid a trap for us because he knew that would solve this. And this place is going to get policed up as well. It's amazing that the park isn't policed up. Ah, we're at the end. Okay. The demon shadow lieutenant found dead at the wharf, Wakaya. He'd been shot twice in the chest. I assumed it was infighting between him and his boss, but the latter was also dead. He was found in the warehouse. Or rather, I found him, and I was holding a bloody knife. Now I find out I have a gun in my house. Who could have killed Wakaya? Who would have had the opportunity to do so? It was not any of these people, so it was me, I'm gonna guess. But it wasn't actually me. Let's get to the next one. We're too paranoid about this. Think logically, Wakaido. Think logically. Shibukawa is holding onto an evidence dossier, though I would be paranoid too, and I'd be thinking I did it if I woke up with no memories and yeah. Shibukawa was holding onto an evidence dossier as the last days up his sleeve. That dossier probably contains the truth about this case. In other words, it contains the name of the culprit. Shibukawa needed to be safe from that person, but the dossier isn't in the safe deposit box anymore. The only other person who could need it, the only person who wanted to destroy it, is the culprit. Who took it out of the bank? Who signed to get it out? Who did it? Who was it? It was Wakaido, obviously. It was either Wakaido, or Wakaido. And I think out of those three, it must have been Wakaido. We're here at the cliff. Oh no, we're going to jump off. Don't do it, Wakaido. Don't do it. Was I Demon Shadow's police murderer? No, that makes no sense. Wakaido. Yeah, we've solved it. We've solved it, Tanaka. I figured it out. You're not getting your way any longer. Reinforcements are on their way. It's time to confess. But Demon Shadow, had a mole in the police. They paid this person to leak police secrets to the organization. And that person is you, Wakaido. Who else could it be? That can't be. I could never. I know you're a regular at that club and actually become his girl's house. I have witnesses. But I had to. You had a falling out with the organization and decided to get rid of Shibukawa and the rest of his people. You're of good enough felonies going for you already. Wise up and talk, Wakaido. Don't do it, Wakaido. I don't understand, I can't remember, but maybe. You could be right. I knew it, I don't want to believe it, but I've got no other choice. You're under arrest. Wakaido, you're under arrest for murder and corruption. Oh good, he didn't jump off the edge. I'm glad. Whew. Well, now we can probably show that we're innocent. Stellar work as always, Detective Tanaka. Another case brilliantly solved. Except this is the guy. This is the guy that did it. Huh? Anuji? Yeah, Anuji did it. Yeah. Yeah, see, he's even got the same here. May I pick up from where you left off? You see, I have a reputation to uphold as Anuji, detective extraordinaire, superstar of the Yasuyuzumi agency. Sorry, but I don't think that is appropriate time for... Now please, just give me a few minutes. There's a swarm of cops waiting for just behind us. Your suspect isn't going anywhere. In that case, these Wakaidos, their screws get loose with age. It runs in the family. And so allow me, Detective Anyoji, to substitute for Paul Wakaido here and reveal the truth about this case. But it was you. It was you all along. Wakaido, you could have never solved this case. You thought you could figure out the truth, but they didn't. Alas, you've gotten so deep you couldn't get out. Maybe you could have done it under other circumstances, but not as you are now. Now let me unravel the threads of this mystery. Time to make deductions based on all the info we got. This operation was started to infiltrate Demon Shitter to find out why and by whom its lieutenants were murdered. We realized that they regularly meet in specific locations to plan their criminal activities. One of these was a club known as the Running Shot. However, we didn't find their organization's leader, Shibukama, there. Instead, the club's staff told us of another person who regularly visited the place. Who was the other person repeatedly witnessed at the club? That was Wakaido. Right, and the staff also said that Shibukama and Waikado seem to be on very good terms. There's another place they used to as a hideout, the house belonging to Miyuki, Shibukama's girl, much to her dismay. However, this particular hideout was reserved for those few who could make the deals directly with the boss. According to Miyuki, at one point Shibukama started showing up to her house accompanied by a certain man. And who would that be? That was also Wakaido. He talked his way so deep into the organization that he could visit Miyuki's house even without Shibukama there. During our later searches, we even had testimonies mentioning guns and money. We're talking about some deep involvement with Demon Shadow here. And why did the police start searching in full force? Because of the most recent murder relevant to this case. The matter of Demon Shadow's leader, Shibukama, the same man that his acquaintances have been seen for days. Now, a man was witnessed fleeing away from the scene of Shibukama's murder. That wasn't Shibukama's murder, was it? It was Takaya's murder? And who would that be? It wasn't me. It was Anyoji. Is that really so? No. Okay. The murder did the same now. A man was seen fleeing away from this. Who would that be? Probably me? Ah, yes, it was me. Police at the scene said it was holding a blood-stained knife. Even after running away instead of hiding, Waikado kept moving. People had seen him coming and going to places related to the case, acting shady and nosy around. There are several potential hiding locations near the wharf, but one stands out. A small, gloomy apartment with the walls covered in pictures and maps, barely lit by a single computer. That computer is full of detailed information on Demon Shadow, as well as a crowd of police officers and other involved individuals. If the names of those people came to light, there wouldn't be enough cops left to arrest them. The question is, who was gathering that intel in the apartment? That was also Wakaido. Clearly, Wakaido is at the center of it all, but there's one important detail nobody except me knows. Wakaido forgot about that detail and has been lost in the dark ever since. When Akane from the Yasuzumi, a detective agent, caught, she had a slip of the tongue. What was it? Someone calling himself Wakaido took the dossier from the bank. Who was it? All of these points to one simple truth. What is it? You must remember Wakaido. Wakaido is not Wakaido. That Wakaido over there, he's not Wakaido. You don't get it? The real Wakaido is me. Dun dun dun, yeah. Okay, so this is Wakaido and Yuji all along. So, I was wrong the first time, but I was right in the wrong way. What? Uh-huh. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Right, I'm Detective Yuji. That's right. When you find Shibukama's body, the real culprit hit you on the head and you lost consciousness. I was posing as Wakaido for the investigation. Couldn't remember anything else, so I assumed that's who I was. Ah, okay, so that makes way more sense now. Sorry to keep you waiting. Though I don't like when games do this, right? Where they do like a little shift to Maloo or whatever. Where they do this thing. I'm gonna just turn on this for a minute. How you doing, chat? I can read you now. Alrighty. Sorry to keep you waiting. Wakaido. The man you've been chasing around wasn't me, Detective Tanaka. It was Yuji, the disguise expert. He's been investigating on my behalf for months now, in order to identify the police officers collaborating with Demon Shadow. The two of us switched places. When? You could at least remember the face of the private detective you hired yourself. Well, you'd never met before, I guess. He showed up disguised as me and introduced himself as Wakaido. Of course, you believed him. But he had been infiltrating Demon Shadow and collecting information before ever disguising himself. No worry the club staff, Miyuki, and everyone else remembered him. He may have been wearing my clothes, but his face is the one they all saw. So what? That doesn't change the fact that it was found next to the body, knife in his hand. Damning enough, huh? Had he been me, sure, I had arrested Shibukawa in the past, which could be a good enough motive to kill him. That's why I had the perfect culprit for your story. You needed a cop who had a past with Shibukawa. But the man over there is a private detective paid to investigate an organization he had no prior acquaintance with. He's got no motive to kill Shibukawa. Don't you have one more thing to ask about, Detective Tanaka, if that is your real name? I'm arresting you now. I'm talking about the dossier that you hired me, whom you believe to be Anuji, to retrieve. Ah, a dossier left by Shibukawa with the names of the dirty cops and Demon Shadow's signed on it. Want to take a guess whose name I found on it? Yours, Tanaka. Of course, the dossier I gave you is a copy. I already delivered the original to forensics. Let's discuss the rest at the station, shall we, Detective? You're under arrest for corruption and 4 counts of first-degree murder. I'll have you arrested. And that's it. So Anyoji is good. What? You got smacked in the head and lost your memories? Do you remember me? I'm Akane. I remember you when you called me, didn't I? It's just selective dissociative amnesia. I only lost some very important memories from a short time frame. Only very important memories, but you remembered me? And Yuji, I hired you months ago to approach and investigate Shibukawa. Do you remember that? Yeah, I got almost all of it back now. I remember getting in Shibukawa's good books by passing him some worthless intel. For some reason, he was very happy to know that Detective Tanaka was waiting on a promotion. Said it was a business chance. That's when things went awry between the two. Now Shibukawa could threaten Tanaka. This allowed me to focus on him. I laid low and tried to get as much info on him as possible. Then Shibukawa's lieutenants started getting killed, and he knew he was in danger too. That's why he wanted the dossier. Tanaka couldn't afford being ratted out. Still Yuji. Did you really need to get that friendly with these people? You know, old Chips was a good guy, except for being, a bad guy. I guess he'd already been kidnapped by Tanaka by the time everyone figured out he was gone. I assumed he was in hiding, and so I was trying to chase him and the dossier down. That's what you get for not communicating properly with your colleagues. At the same time, I was approaching Tanaka to find out his next move. After all, I didn't know who he was. I needed to fully run around him, so I disguised myself as Yuji, head of the Yasuzumi Detective Agency. Oh, I wish I could have seen that. Yeah, they look very similar. By the way, does that mean that you're the one that got the dossier from the bank? When I told Tanaka that I might know where the dossier is, he asked me to get it for him. Communication, Wakaido. Communication. I agree, yeah. And all the while, Tanaka was busy out tidying up loose ends from the murders of those lieutenants. Those were easy. He just pinned them on Shibukawa, since he had him captive. Murdering him was the tricky part. Since you had arrested Shibukawa years ago, framing you would make perfect sense. You had a past with the man. Which explains why he asked you specifically to come and investigate Wakaya's murder. And which I couldn't do, even though I was always disguised as you when Tanaka and I met, he knew my face. I suddenly needed you to become Wakaido in order for me to keep up the farce. Hear that, Akane? This one's on him. Every thing started because he hadn't planned ahead enough. Yeah, hadn't planned like 4 years ahead. Terrible me. That must have been tough, Detective Wakaido. Sure was, especially when Anyuji lost his memory. His ability with disguises played out against him. It's a bad habit. Sometimes he'll come back to the office in disguise, leaving me thinking he's a customer. A disguise will only fool others if you fool yourself first. Turns out you fooled yourself a bit too well. I definitely hadn't planned for you running away and investigating on your own while you thought that you were me. When you do something you love for a living, your whole life ends up being your job, you know? It sounds like a joke now, but I honestly thought that little office of yours was my house. By the way, I'll take care of everything that was in the safe. Don't you touch it. Actually, I guess there's still some stuff I still haven't remembered. What was with that gun? A souvenir from Shibukawa, obviously. Got it from his girl's house without him ever noticing. I haven't checked whether it was the same one used for the murders. As expected, it wasn't. Oh, that's good at least. So yeah, he did use a different gun. Really came in handy though. You could say it helped trigger my memories. Wink. Anyway, why did you leave me on my own for so long? You could have come to help me way sooner. Cut me some slack. I couldn't have guessed I was suddenly wanted for murder. Plus, reporting of it should become his dossier, and putting the word out with the higher ups took some serious time. Sorry. Bureaucracy. You still managed to do a great job, Detective Wakaido. Maybe, but the police reputation is in shambles. We're talking about a corrupt cop who ended up killing 4 people, and more corrupt people inside the demon organization. Yuji, if I leave the force, would you hire me at your agency? Of course, I can tell you're all good with disguises too. So, Akane, sorry, but one employee is enough to take my calls. It's been a pleasure. Detective, keep up the good work in the police, please. Do it for my sake too. Looks like I'll have to hang on to my badge for a little while longer. And that was the Phantom's Foot, Makoto Wakaido's Case Files number 3. Thank you for watching if you have. Thanks to the staff that made this brilliant game. I really enjoyed this one. I don't really have many negative things to say about it. I think it was much better done than the second one. I feel like the inclusion of that like foggy memory where we can't remember where we need to investigate was pretty cool. That led to me getting a little bit confused. The only thing that I had is that with more or less the same. With yes, I would play with a different protagonist. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the only thing that I had was that like you relied too much on getting information that you had already looked at to reinvestigate it. And I wasn't thinking that way in my head. In my head, I was like, I've already investigated that, and and with exactly this information. So maybe make it the new information that you have to reinvestigate or something like that. But otherwise, that's my thoughts. The Wakaido team has grown a lot through the development of these 3 chapters. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The games have definitely improved over the 3. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the 4th. I believe there's only 4. We can find out very quickly. Once we have a look at all these test players. Thank you, bottle of water. What does it say? Mizu something re coffee. So thanks to someone coffee. That's a Mizu water, right? So yeah. I cannot read this one at all. This is very kanji. My kanji is not the best. Thank you for your work on this case. Yeah, let's have a look at what we've got left. We've done... Yeah, we've done these 3, right? So we've only got the 1 left. The Weeping Hand Minnow. And we've done this one, and this one. So we'll be doing this one next time. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, or subscribe. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. See ya!